This is Eddie Seachrist, and I am here to hopefully help you understand a little bit about Khan Academy and see what it looks like from the teacher point of view and also from the student point of view. And hopefully, we can get things moving along with Khan Academy in the classroom. It is a great resource. I'm going to first start up. I've got two different browsers open here. This is Chrome. I'm going to do my teacher version on. I'm just going to click on the teacher and I'm going to see how I got three different things here. I'm going to click on the teacher part and I'm just going to continue with my school email address. It might ask you permission, just grant it permission and you're good to go. And it automatically takes me here to my teacher dashboard for Bassett High School. But you can see I already have two classes set up. This is what I used during the COVID vacation, whatever we want to call it, while the kids were at school, at home, and we were trying to teach them the best we could. So, as a teacher, obviously I'd want to add a new class and get some students in it, right? So I'm going to first show you how to add a new class. So we're going to add this new class, and you can name it whatever you want to. I'm just going to name it Mr. Seachrist Summer School. And go from there. We'll just, keep it like that. You can import your class from Google Classroom if you really want to, but I'm just going to show you how to do this. Just open up a standard class. And I'm going to use Algebra 1. It's a very basic course and very common. Everybody's got to go through it and so that they can graduate. So, I'm just going to pick Algebra 1. And then it's going to give me these three options of how to add students to my new class here. I can invite them using Google Classroom. I can have links sent to them and they can join it through that. And then I could also create each account. I don't suggest that one. You can if you really want to, but the kids, all they have to do is use their Google School email address, and it just takes them right into Khan Academy, so it's no big deal. This is the one I like to use. It's going to give me a link that I can copy. I can email it to my students. Boom, they click on the link and they put in this little code right here. And I'm going to show you what that looks like from their side. You can even print instructions if you really want to. It's got all this stuff. You can even go with different languages. Some I have no clue what they are. But you can do that. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. So I'm just going to exit off of this. So I've created my new class. You see I don't have any students at all. But let's make me a student here. I think this Eddie Seachrist guy will be a good student. So you can have them click on learners right here if you really want to. And there's this button right here that says enter class code. And I just copied that code just a few minutes ago. So I'm going to paste that code in here. But if you send them a link, it's going to take them to this exact same page, and it's already going to have the code in there with them. So I'm going to just copy and paste it. You can add multiple classes. So say history class and math class and science class all wanted to have classes in Khan Academy. It's a one-stop shop for the student, and it's actually a really good format for them to use. So I'm going to log into an existing account, and all your students can do this because a lot of them already have them, and if they'll just use their Google account, it already works, so it's no big deal. So mine is automatically saved in here anyway because I keep my student one on Safari and I keep my teacher one on Chrome to make my life easier. So you can see from a student's point of view, and don't pay attention to where it says Eddie Seachrist math teacher at FC Middle School. You can have a teacher and student account in the same one, but I'm using two different email addresses here. So I have a teacher, and that is Mr. Seachrist right here. Notice the left side, it has my stuff, courses, SAT, which we can do a different video on the SAT prep, progress profile on teachers and all that good stuff, okay? All right, so I am now in the class. Let's go back to the teacher view. And let's see that I have a student roster of 1 now. Don't we all wish we had just one student in our class? Yes. But I have 1 student in my class. And I really want to go ahead and start putting some pressure on this student to get some assignments done. So I'm going to go over here. You see my left side here. This is the teacher view because I've got my summer school Algebra 1 class here. And I've got assignments, I've got course mastery, which we'll look at later, but assignments right here. This is what we've all been waiting for. We got to torture these children. I'm just joking. No, we got to assign them some work so that they can learn some stuff. And this is a great resource to use. Okay? And they have videos, there are articles to read, there are assessments to try, there are quizzes, there are so many different things that these students can do. And we're just going to start with very, very basic here. We have the overview and history of algebra. This has to be like super exciting right here. So I'm going to assign a video. I'm going to try to find an article somewhere. Ooh, here's an article right here. If you notice, we got the triangles are videos, the little rectangle, it looks like a piece of paper, I guess, is your article, and these are assessments right here. Okay, so I'm going to assign an article, and you can pick and choose. You don't have to give them every video. You don't have to give them every assignment, things like that. And I'm just going to pick on a quiz here. Now, you could do an assessment. That's just 7 little questions that they can work on. The quiz looks like the same thing. It's based on all of these sections up here. This quiz 1 is, okay? So I'm going to assign 3 whole assignments, and we're going to go from there, okay? Now, I can pick which class I want them in. If I have several different classes, like right here, I have Algebra 1, Geometry, and my summer school class all in Khan Academy. If I wanted to give it to all of them, then I can do that. But right here, I'm just going to give it to my summer school class. Now, if I wanted to, if I had 50 students and I only wanted like 8 of them to do this specific assignment, then I could click on their names only, and they're the only ones that receive it. I don't have that many students in here right now, so I can't do that. Right here, it gives me a due date. I can make it due tomorrow. I can make it due Saturday. No matter what, I can do it. If I want to, I can change the time. If I want it to be done 3:30 on Friday, then I can change it to 3:30 on Friday. I can either save and assign it later, or I can go ahead and assign it, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and assign it. And there is a button in there. Normally, if you have more students, you can either give all the students the exact same questions, or you can randomize the questions, because Khan Academy has a bank of questions. Like for this quiz 1, they have like 30 questions that it can pull those 5 questions from. But this one right here, since I only have 1 student, it's going to give me whatever 5 questions it gives me. But if I had more than 1 student and I don't want them collaborating with each other, then I can assign different questions to them. Okay? So we have assigned our student some lovely work. Let's see what the student might see now. Now, the student is going to get an email saying they have assignments. Also, if they come back to their dashboard, I want you to look at the left side here. It's getting ready to change when I hit the refresh. Look where my stuff is. My stuff has now moved down, hasn't it? It has been replaced with Mr. Seacrest Summer School assignments. Okay, so here are the assignments that I have been given as a student from the summer school class. And here's the video. And I know this is going to take a minute, but we need to watch this video. It says I've already completed it because I watched it a few minutes ago. But and I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I don't know if you want to show your kids how to do that, but I just made it twice as fast. But I want to get through and show you the purpose of this video and how the kids can know whether or not they've completed it, and then you as a teacher know how they've completed it. But there's some other cool things you need to know about these videos that might help your students. You can do different quality if they have lower internet speeds. You can come all the way down to 144 down here, and it makes it where you don't have to have such high internet speeds. You could also, if you have anyone that speaks a different language as their major language, I'm just going to pick French to be, because I have no idea what it's saying, to be honest with you. But say one of your students were from France and they didn't understand English very well, boom, you can change it to French. If you have someone who speaks Spanish and it helps them a little bit more, you can change it to Spanish. Just so you can see how that works for them. I really want to see what it looks like in Hebrew. It's just a bunch of cool drawings to me, but it works anyway, right? So just want to show you that you can change the languages, and I'm kind of stalling so this thing will hurry up and finish so that you can see from the student point of view if they have completed it. And then we're going to take you back over to the teacher view, and you can see what they, see it, that you can see that they have completed. Okay, so the video is all the way done to the end. I had some students watch it to like halfway through, and then they thought they had finished the whole thing, but they really had not. So it says right here that I have finished it, and look, right there, it tells me on the student side that I have completed that video. Now let's see what it looks like over here. Underneath assign, we have scores. And if you notice, here are the 3 assignments that I just assigned to myself. And there's the video. See, it has a triangle there. And there's the video, and it has a nice little green check mark on it. It started out like this, but now that I've finished it, it has a green check mark. Okay, so from the teacher point of view, hey, Eddie has watched this video already. He should be able to move along and do the rest of the next part. Okay, so now from the student point of view, we're going to start this little article that we could read. Yeah, it's in math. It's a foreign language. Not much we can do about it, right? So it's just a little article to read. It's almost like notes, I guess, but it's like a play-by-play of how you do these things. So you can read through it, you go through, and it just wants to check to make sure you understand what the article was saying. So we're going to put 4 in for z, 9 minus 4 is 5, and we're going to check that answer. Boom, we've checked it. We're going to go down here to the challenge. Oh, no, never mind. We got several of these right here. 9 minus 8 is 1. We're going to check that. Next question. 2 times 3 is, I hope, 6 in most of the world. We're going to go to the next one. And it's just showing us different ways of seeing things, which this is actually good for most kids because they don't remember seeing it this way. And I'm just going to run through these. So right here it's just showing me I just put that 6 in there. So, and for those who are not math folks, I'm sorry for the boringness of this. It works well for science and stuff too. We're going to put 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 7 is 19. Oh, I just want you to see what it looks like. So we're going to put 4 right down here. That's 2 plus 3 is 5. Sometimes you rush through these things. Okay, so I got through those, and then we have a challenge problem. We're going to put 5 in for E, and it's going to be 5 times 5 is 25 minus 5 times 5 is 25, so I'm guessing is 0, and we have one more. Oh, nice. We have a table. We just put in 1 for X here, 2. 4 times 2 is 8. You can see a little pattern going on here. 5 times 2 is 10, and then we're going to put a 12. We see a little pattern going on. And this is a challenge for most of the students, okay? So we have finished our article, and we're going to go to the lesson page, which I really shouldn't have clicked on that. But I want you to see from the student point of view, if they click on Khan Academy, boom, they come back to main page, and I have completed that article. Let's go back and see what it looks like from a teacher point of view that I have completed that article. I refreshed it. Look, boom, check. I have completed that article, and all is well. Now, last thing, I want you to make sure you can see what it looks like for a quiz from the student's point of view, and then what the grades look like and how you can help them on their point of view. All right, so I'm going to get the first one. I'm going to do my best to get the first one right, and then the rest of them I'm going to quit and not do anything on, okay? All right, so I'm going to put 10 in for right here. That's going to make this 4 plus 18 is going to give me 22 minus 6 was going to go bring me back down to 16. So let's see if I did this right. And I check it, and boom, it gives me a nice little sound to go along with it, and all is well. And it says great work. Now, what happens if I don't know the answer and I just guess at it? And it's like 1, okay? And I didn't get it right. There are great things that we can do here. It gives me a video, a short video, look, 1:46 seconds, to help me with this specific question. I can also get a hint, and it tells me, and I get another hint, and another hint, and another hint. Now, it doesn't count this as me getting it right. It's just helping me out. I got 4 steps to get me the answer 4. I can move on. And I'm just going to do, I want you to be able to see. I'm going to skip these for now. But it it gives you helps along the way if the students will just use them. And I'm just trying to get to the end of this so you can see what it looks like. I don't know why it gave me a cheerful message because I only got 1 out of 5 correct. It says no change on one skill, not tested 2 skills. There's a lot of things that, and then it says recommended lessons to help me out to go back and take this thing again. So from the student's point of view, this is what it looks like. I, on my quiz 1, says try again because I only got 20% right. So the students can try them over and over and over. If you put the same questions on there, then they'll get the same questions all the time. But if you put random questions back when you assign this, then it'll give random questions every time. Okay? If they don't complete it by the due date on Saturday, they will have to hit the past assignments and they will show up right here. Trust me, many of my students had that during the stay-at-home order. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the student side. Well, what does it look like from the teacher side? Because we, as teachers, need to know that also. And you can see that sorry kid got 20% of them right. And I'm going to look at the report and say, hey, where in the world did he go wrong? And I'm going to look, hey, over here, question, let's see, which one did he get? Okay, so question 1 is green, so he got question 1 right. He put 16 on that one. But look at the answers he put on all the other ones. He just went through and put 1 on the rest of them. That's not really trying, isn't it? So, it can show you where they're struggling and what they're struggling on and all that good stuff. So it gives you a lot of good feedback. All right, so let's go back to assignment scores. You can see what they have made here, and you can email Johnny, or in this case Eddie, and say, Eddie, I think you really need to go back and do Algebra 1 Foundations, quiz number 1. You got a 20% on it. Try it again. And then he says, I don't know how to try it again. And you say, well, go to your assignments and hit the try again button. Okay? They're going to do that all the time. So you now know how to create a class. You know how to add students. You can make assignments. You know what the student looks like on their assignment when they're completing them. And you also know how to look at it on the teacher end so that you can see what they're doing. There are many, many more features to Khan Academy that will be fun if you just get through and play with them and enjoy them. But as for right now, if you need any more help, email me, echrist@henry.k12.va.us, and I can help you through more of these things.